Hi, welcome to How to D&D. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e, and we're talking about your spell book and a spell for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. And that spell is water breathing. Not the waterman, but water breathing. Now, I want you to turn to page 287 of the Player's Handbook, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it out to you, explain it, cover sage advice, and of course we'll pull out the miniatures and maps and so forth and sort of have a bit of a discussion about this spell because it's really quite cool. Okay, water walking, no, we're going to go for water breathing. Water breathing is a 3rd level transmutation spell. It is a ritual, so you can cast it as a ritual. Wonderful. It has a casting time of 1 action. It has a range of 30 feet. The components required are verbal, somatic, and material, and you need a short reed or a piece of straw to cast the spell. It has a duration of 24 hours. Yes, that's right, 24 hours. It's not going to run out anytime soon. This spell grants up to 10 willing creatures that you can see within range the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends, which of course, it's not a concentration spell, which is great. It means it actually has to be dispelled by you or somebody else or some other sort of effect or spell, like Dispel Magic might be able to do something like that. Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration, which means you can breathe underwater and you can also breathe in the air, so you don't have to worry about sort of coming out of the water and suddenly suffocating because you can only breathe water. Okay, so let's get into the gist of it and talk about some of the basics around this particular spell. First off, it is a fantastic spell. You can cast it without using a spell slot, and it lasts all day, which is exactly what you want, right? You don't want to be mucking around, having to worry about those sorts of things. It's a great spell to use in a sea or ocean or underwater or a nautical campaign. And for those of you who are currently thinking of running Ghosts of Salt Marsh, it is one sort of spell that you will either want your players to pick up or have access to. So either whether you have it as a scroll or a potion or something else somewhere within your campaign, just in case your players don't get the good idea of picking up this spell, or for whatever reason they are not quite high enough level to have access to this 3rd level spell. Okay, let's talk about sage advice because that's important as well. Now, there isn't too many questions regarding water breathing. What we do find out is that a creature can breathe underwater with the spell and still perform the verbal component. In other words, speak the words for another spell that they want to cast. So once you have water breathing on, yes, you can cast all of your other spells without drowning, which is fantastic because we don't want to be drowning if we're opening our mouth. So that's the whole point. You can breathe underwater, which means you can also talk. But you do need to remember that if the water breathing spell is not in effect and you start opening your mouth or speaking or trying to cast a spell with a verbal component, you will start to drown. You can still cast a spell underwater if you don't have water breathing on, but you will start to actually drown, which is obviously a terrible thing, and you don't want that sort of thing happening at all. Okay, so if you have any questions on water breathing, please put them in the comments section. If you have any feedback or anything you would like to add, put them down in the comments as well. I have plenty of videos on spells, so if you are looking for different spells that you use in Dungeons & Dragons 5e, I have a playlist. I think there's like 48 spells that are generally used by most people. I also have a Patreon account where you can support me, so I make more videos like this, and certainly I will give priority to patrons, and they also get exclusive content. I also have affiliate links to the book depository in Amazon, and you'll find that the Amazon affiliate links are coded by country because it's a complicated process on YouTube to do that sort of thing. And make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell button to be notified when I go live and when I publish new videos, and I do a lot of videos. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.